स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम जानेंगे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज के एक एग्जाम्पल के बारे में. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, अगेन वी विल रिवाइज व्हाट इज नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज. So anything which we can use directly from the nature is known as natural resources. So there are many things like water, air, sunlight, plant we are using directly from the nature. So let us see one more example. So wildlife is one of the example of natural resources. So you can see in this picture, this all things includes wildlife. What are the things present here? Of course, animals, water, aqueous animals, and plant. So these all things are present in wildlife. Elephant, tiger, and this deer, tiger, and whale fish, tortoise, and some small things also like bird. So all these things are present in our wildlife, and we will know how this wildlife is our natural resources. So let's see. Wildlife means all the organisms living in the natural surroundings. Means they are not having home like us. They are not having facilities like us. They are living in open and natural surroundings. That is known as wildlife. It includes all the organisms living in the forest, grassland, ocean, lake. So in nature so many things are present. Forests, grasslands, oceans, lakes. So the animals or the organisms which live in these places, forest, grassland, oceans, lakes, are all coming under the heading of wildlife. Some of these animals are of use to us directly. इसमें से कुछ एनिमल्स हमारे यूज़ के होते हैं डायरेक्टली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दिस in this picture you can see this fish. We are using this fish for our eating purpose directly. So many things from the wildlife we are using directly. But there are some things which we are not using directly, but it is important for maintaining the balance of the environment. So for example, here you can see in this picture, this tiger is hunting this deer. Why this tiger is hunting this deer? To kill its hunger and to keep up the balance of the environment. So for these two purposes, there is a hunting. Organisms are linked together to maintain the balance of the environment. All the organisms, as you can see in this picture, there is a food cycle. First of all, this grass is eaten by this deer is eaten by this lion or tiger, or this after death its body decomposes and again it gives fertilizer to the grass. So in this way it completes a cycle. So these organisms are linked together. Grass is linked with deer is linked with tiger. So you cannot say this grass is not linked with tiger. If there will not be any grass, this deer cannot be alive. So this tiger will also not get the food. So if any of this cycle, anything from this cycle is missing, this cycle will be incomplete and it will disturb the balance of the environment. Nowadays what is happening, the number of tiger is going to less and very less. You can say there are very finger counting numbers of tigers are left in India, like 14 to 15. What will happen if this 14 to 15 tiger will die? This species will disappear from the India, and the deer will multiply too fast, because one time this deer is giving birth to 6 to 7, like this they are giving birth. So this deer will multiply very fast and the balance of the environment will disturb, because this deer will eat up all the grass present here and there. So it is bad for soil also and bad for environment also. So any of the organism is missing, then it disturbs the balance of the environment. If any organism vanishes from any area, the survival of many other organisms get affected. अगर कोई भी ऑर्गेनिज्म डिसअपियर हो जाता है या फिर पूरी तरह से उसकी प्रजाति ख़त्म हो जाती हैं तो हमारे लिए और अदर ऑर्गेनिजम्स के लिए सर्वाइवल करना बहुत ही मुश्किल होगा, ज़िंदा रह पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हियर यू कैन सी juniper berries producers and rabbit. This juniper berries are eaten by this rabbit. This rabbit is eaten by the fox, and after the death its body decomposes and converting into again fertilizer, and this fertilizer is again used by the plant. So suppose this rabbit is missing, so how this fox can kill its hunger, how this fox can be satisfied, how this fox will get the food. This fox cannot eat this grass, this fox needs some herbivore only. So if these rabbits are not there or any kind of herbivore are not there, so the cycle will disturb and there is lots of grass. Because this rabbit is not there, so who will clear up the grass? Lots of grass. And as this fox is not getting food, so maybe its species is also coming to that position which is going to disappear. So in this way, if any of the organism is vanishes, so it disturbs all other things and it disturbs the environmental balance also. Vanish means to disappear suddenly और इन अ वे दैट यू कैन नॉट एक्सप्लेन. एकाएक गायब हो जाना, ऐसे कि पता ना चले, ओझल हो जाना. और वेनिश मीन्स टू स्टॉप एग्जिस्टिंग, लुप्त हो जाना, समाप्त हो जाना, मिट जाना. दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ वेनिश. If any organism vanish, it upsets the environmental balance and it upset us too. For example, if there is that fox is not there, so after decomposes its body, the plants are getting fertilizer, so the plants are not getting proper fertilizers, they are not producing again fruits. So in this way we are also affected. Now for example, how this men are affected. First of all, you can see there is a little cycle, it is incomplete cycle. So grass is eaten by this grasshopper, and this grasshopper is being eaten by this cock or hen, and this cock or hen we are eating generally in our food. So if suppose these grasshoppers are not there, so what this cock will eat? This cock cannot have the food, and as this cock cannot have the food, we can also not have the chicken. Yes or no? So in this way, if anything vanishes, so we are disturbed. Let us take in this only another example. If grass are not there, green grass and plants are not there, so how this grasshopper can fill its hunger, and how this cock can eat the food, and how can we eat the chicken? सो इफ़ एनी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म वेनिश, अगर कोई भी एक ऑर्गेनिज्म ख़त्म हो जाती हैं तो ये पूरे एनवायरमेंटल बैलेंस पे भी असर डालती है, एज वेल एज ह्यूमन बींग्स पे भी असर डालती है. जब कोई प्रजाति बहुत ही कम पाई जाती है, लगभग नहीं के बराबर पाई जाती है, एनी ऑर्गेनिज्म, सो वी से इट इज एक्सटिंक्ट. Let us see more examples. Endangered meaning. Now, it is used about animal. Endangered word is used about animal. So in danger of disappearing from the world. ऐसी स्पीशीज जो अब बहुत ही ज़्यादा डेंजर में है, लाइक उनकी नंबर ऑफ काउंटिंग 1 और 2 ही लेफ्ट रह गई है वर्ल्ड में पूरे. तो अगर वो 1 और 2 भी डाई हो जाते हैं, उनकी डेथ हो जाती है, तो सोचो वो स्पीशीज़ हमारे पूरी अर्थ से ख़त्म हो जाएंगी. और आपको कभी वो जानवर देखने को ज़ू में भी नहीं मिलेंगे। तो ये बहुत बुरा होगा। तो ऐसी कुछ जातियाँ, ऐसे कुछ ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो अब बहुत ही कम रह गए, काउंटिंग के रह गए, उनको गवर्नमेंट प्रोटेक्ट करके रखती है, जिससे कि ये हमारी पृथ्वी से, हमारी अर्थ से डिसअपियर ना हो, जिनका अस्तित्व खतरे में है या संकटग्रस्त। ये दोनों के लिए लागू होती हैं बातें, पशुओं के लिए भी और पौधों के लिए भी, बिकॉज बहुत से पौधे भी ऐसे हैं जो डिसअपियर हो रहे हैं। Endangered species. Endangered species are those considered to be at risk of extinction, meaning that there are so few left of their kind and that they could disappear from the planet altogether. बहुत ही कम नंबर रह गए इनके, और अगर वो उनकी डेथ हो गई तो उसके बाद वो स्पीशीज इस प्लेनेट पे पाई नहीं जाएगी, बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट मेक टिगर, वी कैन नॉट मेक दिस क्रोकोडाइल. Endangered animals. So here few words are given. Extinct we have already seen, endangered we have already seen. Now critically endangered, let us see what is this. Indicates that a species is facing an extremely high risk of being extinct very soon. क्रिटिकली एंडेंजर्ड उन स्पीशीज़ को बोला जा रहा है जो बहुत ही जल्दी एक्सटिंक्ट होने वाली हैं. नाउ vulnerable means that a species is not yet classified as endangered but numbers are counting to drop. ऐसी स्पीशीज़ जिनके नंबर बहुत तेज़ी से गिरते जा रहे हैं लेकिन उन्हें अभी तक एंडेंजर्ड स्पीशीज़ में नहीं रखा गया. So these photos you can see, you cannot see these animal around you because these animals are nowadays count as in endangered, like lion, this bear, elephant, sharkfish, fox, and this rhinoceros or hippopotamus. So all these animals are very less number of countings are left. That's why governments are protecting them so that we can see them in future. If you understood all the things and want to see more videos like this, so do subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.